What are the best and worst 9-star monsters when it comes to talisman farming in Monster Hunter Wilds? In this video I will rank all 9 9-star monsters on a tier list, from S to Super, to C to could be better. And at the end I will crown one monster as the best of the best, raising it to S tier plus, and one as the worst of the worst, demoting it to C tier garbage. To make sure your favorite monster doesn't end up in C tier, it has to tick 3 boxes. 1. It has to give a good amount of charm or talisman rewards at the end of the quest. I will use the term charms from now on to be consistent with my wording. 2. It needs to feel good. This means the monster gives you a challenging but fun fight without constantly running away or leaving almost no openings. And 3. The amount of time it needs to be hunted down. Since this is very skill dependent, I will use the base health numbers of the monsters as a baseline to judge that. On Reddit, the user Arceus20 posted the lowest HP values for all the monsters. The link is in the description. Alright, let's dive straight in with our 4 Apex monsters, starting with Raidao. Raidao has 5 charms as reward. I checked dozens of them and 5 seems to be a fixed value here. This is pretty mediocre and definitely on the lower end, especially compared to some other monsters. The fight itself was very well designed and pretty fun in my opinion. While it hits very hard, pretty much all of its attacks are well telegraphed and leave decent openings to deal damage. With 38,400 HP, it also has the lowest health of all the 9-star monsters. This, combined with the fight design, leads to pretty short hunts on average. The low rewards are kinda meh, but the fun fight and the reasonable hunting length puts Raidao into low A tier. If you found that useful so far, make sure to subscribe to my channel for future tier lists and guides. Next, Uthduna. Just like Raidao, 5 charms seem to be a fixed amount of rewards we get, and this is pretty low sadly. The fight is pretty okay. There are a few weird moves with questionable hitboxes from time to time, but generally everything is well telegraphed and it leaves big openings for punishes. If your build doesn't have the skill Aquatic Mobility, the waves get annoying pretty fast. It's not the best fight in my opinion, but it's fine. It has 42,240 HP, which puts it in the middle of the pack of the 9-star roster. I'm going to put Uthduna in B tier, since the rewards are the same like Raidao, but the fight is slightly more annoying and it has 10% more HP to cut through. What about Nu-Udra? Just like the other two, the rewards are fixed at 5 charms per hunt. Again, pretty disappointing. The fight design is decent. It doesn't run around forever, its movements are not too fast and can be punished easily. The only thing I don't like about this is the weird movement of cephalopods, especially in multiplayer. It's kind of hard to see which attack is coming next sometimes. Nu-Udra has 40,320 HP and sits right between Raidao and Uthduna. All of this puts it right into B tier. Now for the last of our apexes, Jin the Hutt. I've seen 6 to up to 10 rewards per hunt, averaging at around 8. The first monster that finally gives us a decent amount of charms. The hunt is always very consistent since it's basically a scripted fight with it running from zone to zone. It's overall pretty fun and its movements are very slow and predictable, which leads to massive openings for good damage uptime. The freeze can be a bit annoying and the running around from zone to zone adds a bit of hunting time though. With 51,148 HP, it has the second highest health pool of all the 9-star monsters. For reference, this is 33% more than Raidao, so expect a bit longer hunts here. Even though it has a lot of HP, we can abuse the environment for easy extra damage and big openings to counter that. And with a good amount of charm rewards, it goes straight into A tier. Now let's take a look at Arcveld. I would expect it to have a decent amount of rewards as a flagship monster, but weirdly enough it only has 5 charm rewards. The fight design is peak though. In my opinion, it's one of the most satisfying and fun fights in the game. It doesn't run around constantly, keeps attacking you with well telegraphed attacks and leaves good openings for damage uptime. But here comes the flagship monster effect. It has a whopping 45,926 HP, around 20% more than Raidao, while having the same rewards. This doesn't make any sense to me. Having more HP is fine, but the rewards should scale accordingly. Even though I really enjoy the fight itself, the bloated HP and the low rewards puts Arcveld into C tier. Sorry my boy. Next up, Lagiacrus. Our lovely Larry has what Arcveld should have, a very good amount of charm rewards. From what I've seen, it's between 7 to 10 per hunt, which is amazing. The fight design is also very fun. It's constantly aggressive but also leaves good openings for quick punishes. The Pikachu Thundershock attacks can be a bit annoying as a melee player, but it's not too bad in my opinion. The only really annoying thing is the underwater phase. While it was fun for the first few times, it gets boring really fast. And yes, if you do enough damage and keep it outside of the last zone, you can skip it, but it will happen sooner or later. It just makes the hunt take longer. With these insane rewards and being a strong monster, the HP has to be high, right? Nope. With 38,707 HP, it only has 307 more HP than Raidao, which is amazing. This makes up for the water phase in terms of hunting length. Lagiacrus is our first S-tier monster. Amazing rewards, a decent fight with some annoyances, and the lower HP justify that easily. Let's keep it wet. Next up, Mizutsune. Sadly, we're going back to 5 rewards per hunt, which is pretty meh. I have mixed feeling about the fight design itself. Generally, it's fun and looks cool with all the bubbles flying around. It also has decently telegraphed attacks, which leave big openings. But the wiggly and slippery movement makes it annoying to fight against, especially in multiplayer. It jumps around, is suddenly behind you and one-shots you with a body slam. I know this fits the monster design and that's cool, but it's still somewhat annoying to deal with. To make up for that, its HP pool is on the lower end with 40,128. That's only 4.5% more than Raidao. All of this combined puts Mizutsune into B tier, like most of the other 5 reward monsters. Now Seregios, or also known as Steve. It has an incredible reward pool of 7 to 10 charms per hunt. Awesome. The fight design is amazing in my opinion. It is constantly aggressive and in your face while telegraphing everything and holding still for a few punishing hits. No running around and being annoying, just an honest monster versus hunter experience. Seregios has 42,240 HP, just like Urduna. That's 10% more than Raidao while giving around double the rewards. I'll take that any day. This puts Seregios right into S tier. Last but not least, the Gore Magala. First, let's talk about the good thing. 7 to 10 rewards per hunt are amazing, but the fight is really annoying. The sheer size of it makes me lose sight of my hunter often, even with silhouettes enabled. Depending on the zone you fight in, you basically only see a black screen. It also tends to jump and fly around the whole zone, so the damage uptime is pretty low. On top of that, it only has a few weak spots and you do little damage to other parts. This makes the skill Mind's Eye kind of necessary. The fight is fun as a challenge, but for straight up farming charms, it's really bad, especially compared to the other options we have. Now let's take a look at the HP. 55,070. That's by far the most HP out of all of the monsters yet. It's 43% more than Raidao and 7.6% more than our second highest monster, Jindahat. Sorry Gore Magala, this puts you into C tier, right next to Arkwelt. So, out of the S tier monsters, if I had to pick one that is the best of the best, I would pick Seregios over Lagiacrus, mainly because of the water phase. A fun fight, awesome rewards, and a reasonable health pool are just amazing. If you get it in a double quest with one of the other good monsters, you will get easily 14 to 16 talismans out of it. This is also true for Lagia double quests, so look out for them. If I have to pick the worst of the worst, I would pick Gore Magala. The only upside it has is the reward amount, which is the same as Seregios. But the annoying fight, the massive HP pool and the bad hit zones just doesn't seem to be worth hunting it for talismans. Do you agree with my list? Tell me in the comments or catch me live on twitch.tv/NinoMMO. Also, if you want to learn a new weapon, check out this playlist here. I made a no bullshit guide for all of the weapons in the game. Thanks for watching, bye bye!